Hey, my name's James Nicholson and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's the property news. We haven't done this for a few weeks, but I thought we'd bring it back because there's so much going on at the moment. I thought you might have missed a few things that have maybe happened over the last week or so. So in this video, we're going to talk house prices, we're going to talk mortgages, we're going to talk interest rate cuts, we're going to talk EPCs, we're going to talk about AirBNB and much, much more. There's a lot to cover. Now, if you're new around here and you haven't done already, do make sure you subscribe to the channel over there and hit that bell notification. We're on the way to 44,000 subscribers. And by subscribing, you're going to get all the latest property news, house price news, property investment news, and much, much more. And let's get some views on this video. How do we do that? Simple. Smash like, tickle like, do something to that like button. That really helps with the YouTube algorithm and really helps the channel grow. So thank you to everybody that takes a moment to do that. So it's been a few weeks since we've done this. There's so much going on in the property world at the moment. I thought it's important that we bring back the property news because some people miss some of the content. Maybe YouTube doesn't suggest it to you and maybe you didn't subscribe and that's why you're not getting it. So let's talk about what has happened this week. Firstly, in some big news, the ONS gave us new house price data. And so the ONS is the Office of National Statistics, is the real deal. It's the only data you can't really argue with. And this data is from March and April. And they said that house prices went down at a huge amount in that month. Minus 2.8%, which is crazy. Now, this is going to be down to the stamp duty holiday ended in March. And then obviously if people bought in April, they would have wanted a cheaper price. Of course you would. And so there would have been some deals that carried over or just some people that missed that deadline and pushed the sellers and said, look, you're going to have to reduce the price. I know speaking to solicitors at that kind of time, that was conversations that were happening. If any party delayed a transaction, there was a real push to get some sort of discount off the property. But 2.8% in a month is crazy. Now, it is going to be down to that stamp duty discount, as I said, but we've got to keep an eye on this because if it goes down at that sort of rate, then we're going to have a big property drop this year. So we'll keep an eye on that. And as we get new data, we will keep you updated. So ONS data, we made a longer video on that you can go and check out on the channel. Let's talk about rent. And so rents seem to have finally peaked. We had some times where last year rents were up over 10% up north, which is absolutely crazy and it's just unsustainable. Now rents have gone up for a few reasons. One is the private rental sector is the same size as 2016. It hasn't grown since 2016, but the population has grown significantly. I think we're up 3.5 million people since 2016, but we don't have any more accommodation for people. That's pushed rents up significantly. You've got also things like interest rates going up, hitting landlords, so they pass the costs on. You've got EPC legislation that's worrying landlords. And you've got stuff that is pushing landlords out the market, that a lot of people think that the rents will start going up. Now, you can say, look, there's a cap. There's only a certain amount that people are willing to pay. And that is where we're at right now. But if the rental market shrinks much more, then there's still going to be some percentage of that rental market that can afford it. And the people that can't, they're really going to struggle to find a property. You're going to get a social housing absolute crisis. And homelessness, I think, is going to increase over the next year, unfortunately, because the government isn't doing enough to address this rental crisis. So the rental average, the annual rate increase at the moment is dropped to 2.8%. Very similar to that. Obviously, one's up, one's down. But yeah, we're at 2.8% increase with rents. That is giving people a bit of a breather. Wages on average are up around 5% at the moment. So people hopefully are catching up. I know in the comments you're going to say, who got a 5% pay rise? Well, the average was 5%. Not everybody, maybe you did not. Buy to lets, let's talk about that. We've done a bit of content on buy-to-lets this week, and we talked about whether they're viable anymore. They're really hard in the southeast. They work in the north, so that's something to consider. But we made a content video where we talked about what other strategies could you get. Because a vanilla buy-to-let, where you buy a property, it's ready to rent, doesn't need any work, that is tougher. So we talked about serviced accommodation, we talked about HMOs, and we talked about buy, refurbish, refinance, rent as a strategy as well. In fact, we cover all of that in our Fundamentals of Property Investing course, which is less than 20 quid at the moment. So I'm going to link to that. Do check that out in the description. You can learn all the property investing strategies that everyone charges thousands of pounds for 20 quid. So it's an absolute bargain, and thousands of you have already taken that. So do check that out below. So buy to let, we go into more detail on the video on that. Go and check that out. EPC, there's a few things with EPCs. And so EPCs, there's more pressure on landlords with mortgages at the moment. That's the key video that I did this week on EPCs. And what I mean by that is there are lenders now that won't lend to you on a 5-year mortgage because during that 5 years, the proposed EPC legislation by Ed Miliband would take effect, saying that you couldn't rent the property if you had an EPC lower than a C. So that's a problem for lenders because they just won't lend on that kind of stuff because it's risky. So the government need to make a decision. The EPC legislation is not law yet. It's still talk. They're saying you've got to do it by 2028, but it isn't moving anywhere at the moment. That is something that the government need to get on with. If they're going to do it, just do it. Get it done. Let the mortgage companies know where people stand, and let the landlords know. Because right now, they're saying you might have to spend 15 grand to bring your property up to a level so you can rent it. But if you spent that 15 grand today, that wouldn't count towards it because the law hasn't started yet. So we're all waiting on tenterhooks. Landlords aren't doing any work because if they spend 15 grand, then the law came out next month, you'd have to spend another 15 grand. So it's ridiculous that it's not getting sorted. And now the point is, lenders are getting worried. And so some lenders are pulling their 5-year deals if you don't have an EPC of C. So we need some clarity on that. We talked about AirBNB. And is it going to die? Is it in decline? Well, in the southwest, it's struggling. There are less Airbnbs now. There are lots of people that ran second homes as Airbnbs selling in the southwest. Cornwall and Devon has a big exodus of people. One of the things that that's driven by is the double council tax if it's a rental property. And so that's pushing out lots of people in the Airbnb market. And I talk about Airbnb in the Fundamentals of Property Investing. And what I say to you is you should pick areas that aren't tourist towns. Pick cities where there's something going on all year round. They are better for serviced accommodation than picking somewhere like Cornwall or Devon. So Airbnb, what do you think? Do you think it's going to carry on? Or do you think it's going to be a bit harder for people to do this year? Also, mortgages. So the Financial Conduct Authority is pushing lenders to relax mortgage terms, make it easier for you to get money. They're looking at proposals now to make it easier for self-employed people who don't have a consistent income. Self-employed people might make 10 grand one month, but then they don't make any money for 4 months after that. So it averages out at a totally different amount. And so they're looking at making mortgages more accessible to people that have lumpy money that comes in because of the type of work that they do. They're also looking to get equity release for pensioners that don't earn an income any moment, but rather than getting 100 grand out your property, they're looking at making products and helping the mortgage companies decide how to make products where maybe you've got 100 grand that you could release, but it comes out a little bit each month for you. So like a pension top up. So that's something that's being looked at as well. Rate cuts, let's talk about that. So Andrew Bailey, he's doing the rounds in his interviews and he's talking like we're going to cut rates. I said in the video where I talked about that, I'm in France on October 7th when the next meeting is. Last year, I was in France when the rates got cut the first time. So maybe that's a sign, and I'll have a beer with you guys if we get a rate cut on September 7th, hopefully. So let's keep an eye on that. And if it happens, then I guess I need to go to France more. That could be the solution to bringing interest rates down. I'll do one for the team, and I'll go to the south of France more often for you guys. What else is going on? There's more buy-to-let products than ever before. I did a video on that. You should check that one out. And I talk about, there used to be, a couple of years ago, 2,000 buy-to-let products. There's now 5,000 buy-to-let products. That means it's easier, more options. Maybe, like I said, you've got some lenders that say they won't lend to you unless you've got an EPC of C. Well, having more products, there could be another lender that will lend to you. There still are some lenders that will do that, but we're hoping that more lenders don't start looking at this and saying, I don't want lots of EPC Ds on my books, for example. So look, there's a lot going on this week. Is there anything I've missed that you think we should have covered here? Do let me know in the comments. Do smash like, do subscribe. Do let me know if I should go to the south of France more in the comments as well. And do check out all the other content on the channel, including this video right here.